World powers, stop the war now. World powers, stop the fighting. World powers, stop the war now. World powers, stop the fighting. World powers, stop the war now. World powers, stop the fighting. World powers, stop the war now. World powers, stop the killing. Years ago they shipped our brothers overseas to fight a foreign nation, the Vietnamese. Most of them didn't know what they were fighting for. In the devil's army, the black and the poor, at the average age of 19 years old, thrown into a world of horrors untold, hanging on to mother's apron just a short time before, seeing so much they don't wanna see no more. World powers, stop the war now. World powers, stop the fighting. World powers, stop the war now. World powers, stop the killing. In America today, the situation's bad. Suffering of the people, the worst that they've had. Plants closing everywhere, factories shutting down. A minimum wage job is hard to be found. In the hills of America, the homeless outside, down and out in the city with no sense of pride. Children going hungry, what a price to pay, while policies of the government are throwing food away. Power, stop the war now. World powers, stop the fighting. World powers, stop the war now. World powers, stop the killing. Brothers wandering around with hardly any hope, going insane with alcohol, crack and the dope. Even with an education, many can't find a job. Some has turned to criminality, gangs and the mob. Now Uncle Sam is calling, saying be all you can be. Brothers risking their lives for some opportunity. Uncle Sam's world is crumbling, that's a natural fact. Only God's miracle can bring his power back. World powers.
Good evening here in America. Good evening. Thanks for joining the Geechee Line journey. A little later than I wanted to be today. I had a long night. Last night here where I am, I had a long day. So it was quite stressful, quite tiring. So that's why I'm so late here. But I wanted to at least come in, and certainly been plenty enough going on in America to talk about it and chat about, give my commentary and allow you to give your commentary on it as well. So what I want you all to do, I'm going to put the link. The link is right there on the screen. You want to join the conversation live, you can. You don't have to come on camera if you don't want to, but of course you got to have your audio open. So I am leaving that opportunity for you to do that. So another week has gone by here in the health of America and things that's going on there. Got the same, what I call the civil war going on over there. You have almost half the country, that a good portion of the country there operating on the premise of, on the basis of, they hate Trump. And I think I remember I talked about the State of the Union last week. He could have come up with the cure for cancer. They would still hate him and not support him. Black 12, 13-year-old black boy, survivor of cancer. He didn't stand up. Shamefully, didn't stand up. None of the Democrats stood up for him even. So, it's a civil war there. But I say, from my standpoint, bring the war on. It's time for war. It's time for the right type of war. I remember when I wrote this song, the song that you heard is coming on, World Powers. I wrote that over at least 30 years ago. And I was kind of talking about kind of like Armageddon, who will survive the war. Well, the war, certain type of war has come to America now. People have gotten, things have really come to a head with this past election. And people have the nerve to complain about what President Trump is orchestrating there, and about the Doge and cutting people's gravy train off, cutting their money off, like the subject of my blog, America being a sucker's cool to those who benefit and those who've been benefiting all the time. They don't care whatever the percentage is, whether it may be 15% of the federal workforce, are they just stealing. They just sitting on their ass and not doing anything, not working for their money like most people. Like I had to work for 40-some years. I couldn't slack off. I had to work. And I had to do it under hostile conditions. And a high percentage of black men had to work under those conditions and poorly compensated for it. And everybody's raising such a cane about the DEI. DEI did nothing for black people. It did not. Benefited everybody except black. Benefited white women, gays, LGBT, illegals. Didn't benefit black folks. But maybe it ain't 15%, maybe it's 5%. But there's still millions of dollars, and now going into the billions of dollars that our American taxpayer dollar has been wasted because somebody got they inside a job, and just like remember the Sopranos, they had like the mobster would get his nephew or his relatives on, and they call it no job, no show. They get paid some of the jobs you didn't have to show for, and then it was no show and no work. Or maybe you do have to show, but then you don't have to do no work. You can sit around and pay checkers all day and watch porn and still get paid for it. I know there's a big percentage of that, and they already showed that some of those federal employees, especially the ones that's supposed to be remote, they were doing that. They were having sex orgies on the job time. This was already proven. But I don't appreciate necessarily gung ho with everything about Elon Musk or what he may have said recently or what he's done, but he's helping to facilitate cutting their waste out of government. I'm all for it. It is time. A lot of taxes that we people have paid over years, they should not have had to pay. And with all the money that they wasted on the USAID, which it has nothing, is some of it is under the guise of foreign aid, but it's just a slush fund or just a private piggy bank for somebody to reward their friends and campaign donors and stuff like that. Thinking about this $2 billion that went to under the control of Stacey Abrams, who was the absolute loser, raising all that cane in Georgia. She didn't even come near winning the governorship. But she got in with the Democrats enough where they was able to for $2 billion to her, under her control. And who knows how much of the money actually went to where it was purportedly supposed to go. But there's a lot of trickery like that going on. And I tell you, as a taxpayer, I don't appreciate that. Oh, Trump stops it. Them Democrats have come up and tried to thwart him, thwart Trump and Doge, Department of Government Efficiency, headed by Elon Musk, trying to thwart them in the effort to cut waste, fraud, and abuse. They've gone to the courts. You may actually had a couple of courts actually rule against the president and those and what they're doing. But if I'm Trump, I would ignore their order. I would dare them, okay, you made your ruling, come and enforce it. You're going to enforce it with what army? Who you going to call? Department of Justice? Trump controls that. You going to call the FBI? Trump controls that. You going to call CIA? Trump controls that to an extent. You going to call the military? You going to call the police? Trump controls that. So Trump is, and I say this again, President Trump is very nice, has been very nice to, and very civil to the Democrats and those his political enemies and personal enemies who like to see him killed, physically killed. He's been very nice to them. If it was me, I wouldn't be nice. Be lucky. Those of you Democrats out there, be lucky I'm not the president. But anyway, like I said, they tried to rule against him to saying he couldn't stop that $2 billion or whatever it was, or whatever it was, billions of dollars going to this USAID with on some bull crap. I said, hell no, I ain't paying you. And like I said, make me pay you. Come, bring your ass in my office and make me pay it. You'll be getting knocked upside your goddamn head. you might survive with your life when you leave my office. Maybe. Anyway, I think I'm glad to hear it. I think Tom Homan and ICE is still having some success in removing these illegals, aliens out of America. A lot of them, well, all of them criminals. All of them are criminals by virtue of them coming in the country illegally. But some violent, some committed against rapes, robberies, other crimes. I know several of them, many of them have been involved in auto accidents. I know that firsthand, that they've been in auto accidents. And of course, if they hit you and then they don't have insurance, where does that leave you as someone in an accident with them? And about these illegals, I was looking at a post. It was a construction site, I guess, of a subdivision of houses, and they were showing how the job site was deserted. It was nobody working there. Well, ordinarily, you would have, a whole lot of people working on roofs and, hear sounds of construction and all that. Well, the obvious reason for that is that those people who were building those houses had to be illegal aliens. So those of you who may hear this, and if you can get to Trump or any your congressman, anybody in charge, you have the evidence and you have a basis to go after those employers, because if you have a major builder that's building a subdivision and their work stopped after Trump came in office, that tells you right there that you have a basis. You have prima facie evidence that they were knowingly hiring illegal aliens. They should be gone after. They should be fined. All those construction companies like that, you have the evidence on them. Investigate it. This is what you send the FBI and send the IRS in and Department of Justice and ICE for this. We know that these employers broke the law. We know they did. And I want to tell you, I hope, again, I support Trump. It's the second time I voted for him. All I can say is, Trump, Republicans, don't F up your opportunity. What made me mad the election before, and I think I voted for Biden, is because Trump, you had certain things in your hand to do and you didn't do them. And I guess the excuse you can make now is you had too much opposition from the Congress and all that. Well, now you technically have party control of all three branches of government. And for all practical purposes, you have control of the Supreme Court also. So what needs to happen is, and I can tell you, I speak for millions of Americans. These clowns like the Negro clown, Brandon Johnson of Chicago, he was threatened to be, not only him, but this Johnson from Colorado. He was threatened with jail for aiding and abetting the illegal aliens. We want to see some people in handcuffs. I want to see some people in handcuffs. I want to see them in jail. I want to see the picture. I want to see the video of them in their orange jumpsuit and in jail. I like to see them in jail with the general population. And they need to spend some time with Bubba, in you know, Big Dick Brown or somebody. That's who they need to spend some time with in the prison population, because they're just as bad. They're worse criminals than these criminals. Thousands of, probably millions of black people went to jail for nothing, for having some marijuana. These people have stolen billions of dollars, billions, willfully did so, and defying the government, talking about we gonna disobey the president. We gonna fight him. We gonna fight ICE. We gonna fight. They sound like they're gonna fight the military. If you send the army in there, they're gonna fight the military. Well, it may come to that martial law. You, like I say again, you people that love these illegal aliens and the Democrat program, be glad I'm not the president, because I would have been sent the army in there. I would have been sent the army and Marines and special forces in there to haul your ass to jail. And I wouldn't stop. I'd go all these prisons where these illegal aliens at. I say, you gonna give these bastards up, or your ass going in the brig right now. All the federal prisons, state prisons, I send them U.S. military in there with guns blazing. You don't want to let us in, fine. You under arrest. Drop your weapon or you get shot in the head. Yep. It's to that point. And a high percentage of Americans agree with that. These millions of illegal aliens in here, all of them need to go. Every last one of them. Don't stop at the prisons. Going to the school. Going to the shelters. Again, like I say, these people who we know hire the illegal aliens knowingly, like these construction sites that are now vacant, send the FBI, send the IRS in on them, audit their books, look at their payroll records. Because you better see a W-2 or 1099 for everybody you paid, it better match your books. If it don't, we know we got you for suspicion of money laundering or some other crime, and your ass is going to jail. Plus, and if necessary, your company gets closed down, or you have to sell it to somebody else for pennies on the dollar, and then they'll build those houses and do the work with all 100% American citizens. Yeah, this needs to happen. I don't know if I got any audience today. That's okay. I don't care. I really don't. I see some. It looks like I have a person or two. I would appreciate it if you come in. Don't ghost watch. You can at least say boo in the comments. Let us know that you watching. But either way, this stream is going to be saved, and I'm sharing it. I'll be sharing it on my social media and other forums. It'll be, the recording will still be up. But they talking about shutting the government down. I think a couple of days ago, day before yesterday, the Congress did pass a continuing resolution to keep the government funded through September. So they passed it on a party line vote. I think they had one Republican that voted against the bill, but then they had a Democrat who voted for the bill. So now it goes to the Senate. We'll see what happens there, but now it's in the hands of the Senate. The Republican House gave them a bill to run, keep the government going. So if there's a government shutdown, then it'll be the fault of the Democrats, the Democrats in the Senate. But yeah, uh, I'm glad to see that got a government who actually seem to be actually looking out for the people, actually doing what they said they were going to do. And say again, Trump and the Avengers, I call them, have shown and revealed the Democrats to be Democrats. They've been proven to be liars, thieves, and robbers and fraudsters. They've been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that they're a criminal organization, have been. That they're the biggest liars. They call Trump a liar. Trump has been shown to be the one telling the truth. So we're looking into all of that here. Looking forward to them doing more here with this, the government, what's going on with that. And now, if I get through with this broadcast today, I'll be turning on YouTube, looking at some blogs. Again, I recommend Barry Cunningham, Philip Scott, the African Diaspora Network on YouTube. I recommend them. There's a few others that I follow. So that's the biggest thing is going on in America. I do follow women's professional basketball a bit, and the playoffs will be starting this weekend. And the Rose team, led by Chicago Sky player Angel Reese, has made it to the playoffs. So I'm looking forward to watching playoff games. The Angel did get hurt, but I hope she'll be fine and be able to complete well. And they just had to win 2 games and have the championship. The number 1 team, Luna Owls, they have defeated them this year, so they can beat them. They've proven that they can beat them. So anyway, I'm probably going to call it a night here today. Again, if you see this, you like to support us, I would appreciate that. Again, those of you would like to support us, support our sponsor, which is Get You Nine Music. As you can see, the banner going across the screen where you can subscribe to the radio station, which is my music streaming service. Yes, the other thing is I like to announce that I've been doing these current event live streams for the last couple of months. I want to do them once a week. I'm going to start doing a music live stream once a week. And if I have some guests on that like to contribute to that to make it longer and maybe more interesting to you, then I'll be doing that. I'm thinking about doing it on Friday nights, starting this Friday, 7 p.m. So I'm looking to do that, and I'll invite some people to join me. But whether they do or not, I'll come on, whether it be 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and share some of my thoughts on the music industry and just subjects regarding music, period. So anyway, you all, thank you again for joining. There may be 1 or 2 of you who decided to join me. Like I said, Was hoping hoping I would have got more people, but that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. So as always, I asked you all those who would like to support us. Go to the website, chealinesoul.com, buy some music. So anyway, I'm thinking on Friday evening again, I probably will start my new series on the music industry, a subject of music, 7 p.m. Friday evening Central Time. And then I have another special presentation that I worked on late last night. And I will probably be releasing that on Saturday. And I will be premiering a brief documentary tribute, 50 years, called Hung Up on My Baby, 50 years later. This will be a tribute, is a tribute to my musical father, Isaac Hayes. And look for that on Saturday. If you subscribe to my channel and go to my channel, you will see that premiere upcoming. But Friday, look out for my first live stream in the series regarding the music industry. So thank you all again for joining me. Like I said, it'd been nice for you at least gave a comment to show that you were here, but that's fine. So anyway, go Trump. I support Trump and what Doge is doing. And like I say, Elon Musk, I'm not 100% with everything he's done, but I'm all for him cutting this government. Yep. So thank you very much. See you all later. It's the Geechee Line Journey.